Hey, Brian Monu here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about some basics today. Now, I just got done working with a client who actually upgraded her home gym into a higher grade model, and she'd been on the machine for many years actually. And she found me because she's had some chronic pain, and she wanted to kind of propel her results. So today was the first session, and going through, I wanted to actually address something that I see a mistake that a lot of people are making when it comes to moving on the machine. And it will make your workouts a lot more intense because you're doing the action of muscle movement correctly, and you're moving correctly on the machine. And it will also require you to probably lower your levels for a little while as you get stronger in the waistline. Now, what I'm talking about is the activation of your navel, right? The way this thing works, and part of why it's so powerful, is it allows you to really understand how to recruit the belly and the back muscles together correctly in movement in a very safe way that is manageable for the strength level of your waist. Now, one of the things that I do see a lot of in people posting their videos on Facebook, people posting their videos on their workouts on YouTube. Now, that's home users, I should say. Most of the professionals I see actually do this correctly. But it's getting your belly button into the glide board when you're moving. So as you are moving, every exercise on this machine should feel as if you are grabbing either grabbing the glide board with your waistline if you're on your back, or grabbing your spine and having the spine grab the belly, right? And what'll happen is as that happens, you'll have the sensation of the muscles contracting at the very end, and you can help this along by a shushing sound when you exert force. So on an inhale, on an exhale, and pull into the contraction. At the very end, you execute. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a squat exercise so you can see the difference between correct and incorrect. I'm going to do it incorrectly first, and then I'm going to do it correctly. So I've got my levels lower than I normally would do. This particular machine's got 22, so it's a commercial grade model. So you have a lot higher levels. I believe that the home market version maxes out about 10 or 12. So this is at 12 right now. Now remember, you will need to go a little bit lighter than normal as you learn how to use your belly button. So let's start with the squat so you can kind of see it. So we mount the glide board, pull it back, lean back. So incorrect, we just start pushing with our legs, and there's no real understanding of how the waistline works, right? You'll get a little bit of a leg workout, but eventually what's going to happen is that your knees will start to probably feel it, and so will your joints. So the correct way, pardon me, is to take a second, take an inhale, fill the stomach, and then exhale, belly in the glide board, and then my abdomen creates the muscle contraction of the legs and the butt. And I'm really drawn in. My navel is really hard in the glide board. As I come down, the belly button doesn't relax. You got to keep the navel to spine. And then exhale, as I exhale, pulling the navel in, it'll squeeze the muscle of the buttocks and push off into the heels. Right? You don't have to do this fast. You actually want to go slow at first. So you should really feel it in the waist first. Now, if as you're doing any of these exercises, your stomach pushes out, or you see a bulging in your waistline pushing out, that means that your abdomen is not working correctly. And you want to lower your level and really focus on grabbing the corset muscles together, right? Pulling them in so everything in your waistline grabs on. Let's see what it looks like from a back exercise. So I'm going to take a kneeling stance. Let's get my this is a little high. Actually, let's lower this. Give you a good example of what it looks like. So we always knuckle down, knees to the knuckles, and then kneel down. And as we pull, I don't want to just pull blindly, right? Using the momentum of the action. I want to take an inhale, set the stomach, and then squeeze the shoulders, the back into the belly button. Keeping the core tight. We don't want to see rounding, right? We don't want to see big arch in the spine. We want to keep the waistline in, small tuck at the tail, pull from the waist, and squeeze at the end. Now remember, this is going to require you to probably lower your levels for a little bit. So again, as you get more upright, the demands of your belly button go up a great deal. And so if you can do it on your back, you can do it kneeling, you can do it standing. But take a little bit of extra time to really, for all your workouts this week, just get a little bit better technique, right? If you have been struggling with, if it's too heavy, I've gotten used to the weight, there's a very, very good chance that your corset muscles, your belly button muscle, and specifically it's the belly button, you're going to pull the navel in and against the sensation of the weight training. And as it happens, it just like everything kind of pulls into the center and you get muscle contraction on its own. It is a much more intense way to work on this machine, and when you do this, you will not have to do as much. If you're doing 45 minutes to an hour of this stuff, that's too much. You don't need that much. It just means that you haven't developed a really good proper technique yet. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, post them in the comments here, and I will try to answer them for you.